Evicted by the neighbor I saved. I was working double shifts and saving every penny for nursing school, living in a crappy apartment on the south side of Chicago. I had about $8,000 saved up, which felt like a fortune to me. My neighbor, Naomi, and I barely spoke. Money with Wings, the $2,300 decision. One night, I heard Naomi sobbing uncontrollably for hours. Despite trying to ignore it, I finally knocked on her door. She was distraught. She had just lost her retail job and was facing eviction, with only $40 to her name. She had no family or friends to turn to. I went back to my place, grabbed the coffee can where I kept my cash, and counted out $2,300, exactly 2 months' rent for her. This was basically my entire safety net. I handed her the money. She stared at it in disbelief, then started crying happy tears and hugged me fiercely, promising to pay me back as soon as she found work. I told her not to worry. We were neighbors and neighbors look out for each other. After that, everything changed. She left me thank you notes and cookies, and we'd talk in the hallway until 2 a.m. We became friends. She got a steady job at an insurance company, and I finally submitted my nursing school application. The eviction notice. 3 months later, I came home to a yellow eviction notice taped to my door, 3 weeks late on rent. I was confused as I always paid on time. I went to the building manager, Pete, who looked at me strangely. He revealed that he was expecting me to take an extension, as someone from the office had called me about it. When I pressed him, he checked his file. Actually, your neighbor came by yesterday. Said she was worried about you. Mentioned you were keeping weird hours, having people over at strange times. Thought maybe you were subletting illegally or doing something sketchy. The neighbor was Naomi. Ice cube the cold betrayal. I ran upstairs and pounded on her door. When I asked her what she told Pete, she didn't deny it. She stood there with a cold look I'd never seen before, stating that her boyfriend was moving in and they needed to make sure the building was safe, and that having unstable neighbors wasn't good for anyone. When I asked about the $2,300 I gave her, she shrugged. She never asked me for it. That I gave it to her, and giving someone money doesn't mean you own them. Her boyfriend appeared, put his arm around her, and she told him I was just a neighbor who didn't understand boundaries. They closed the door in my face. I was evicted 2 weeks later. I had to sleep in my car for 10 days before finding a new room to rent, and I had to push my nursing school application back a full year because my savings were wiped out by the move. Naomi never paid me back. The kindest thing I ever did was met with the cruelest form of abandonment and exploitation.